Making a video about my favorite specialty coffee roasters in Paris was something that was probably not really possible even a few years ago, but has become increasingly possible as better and better coffee gets roasted here in the City of Light. I come from the west coast of the United States. I have a coffee roaster kind of on every corner, at least where I grew up, and it's something that I used to miss a lot here. So today I want to take you through 5 or 6 of my favorite coffee roasters, specialty coffee roasters, here in the heart of Paris, where they may be famous for their cafe culture, but they're not as well known for their good coffee, and that is changing here and now. Welcome to Paris in My Pocket, specialty coffee roasters in Paris. Of course, for coffee roasters, if we're gonna get started with the OG. And for me, that's KB. They've been around for a really long time, and they are one of the best, some would say the best coffee roasters in all of Paris. I love them. They're up here just outside of Pigalle, between Pigalle and Saint-Georges, in a wonderful area of town that pretty much everybody wants to live in, at the top of Rue de Martyrs, and it's phenomenal. There's so much to do in this area, so much to see. If you're gonna be wandering up into Montmartre, you should probably start here with some coffee and hang out. Of course, the pastries are very good as well, and they do serve lunch occasionally, so grab one of their hot sandwiches. Or, if you're like us, just chug some hot coffee, grab a bag to go. It's gonna make a really good souvenir. Among all the souvenirs you can get while you're in Paris, why not leave with a bag of freshly roasted coffee? It's always a nice cup of coffee. I love this place. Actually, this is the exact spot that I sat the first time I came here, something like 8 or 9 years ago with some friends. This is before I even really drank coffee. I think I would have like a mocha or something back then. Definitely not black coffee, and it's good memories. With a fantastic, if subtle, view of Sacré-Cœur straight up the street from here. And the sun hits you right in the afternoon, which is fantastic. It just comes around the corner, you gotta wait for it, but good spot. Back in black, their second location is actually where they do the roasting in the back, which is phenomenal. It's really cool. You can actually go see a video that I made my own coffee with them. We roasted it once, but the space is really big. It's a really great place to sit and work, to meet larger groups of friends. And they have their own kitchen here, a bigger kitchen where they make a lot of fresh stuff in-house every day. It's solid. You got the people going through shot that you wanted right there for sure. And nobody died. Nate got a breakfast roll, which I forgot to film, unfortunately, but it was made with delicious eggs and some pain de mie. Then I just got a cookie and coffee as usual here, but very good. They have full food. Go for it. That was it. Here comes your bike. Number 2 on the list is my favorite new coffee roaster in Paris, and actually, honestly, one of the best that I've had in Paris at all. Their roasts are really nice and light. It's Café Nuances. It's actually located in an old creamery. So what we've got behind me, and they had to keep the facade, is, got a whole bunch of cheese on it. Beurre, œuf, no cheese actually at all. Anyways, they were required to keep the facade and some of the interior, but you're gonna see that it goes from being really old-timey at the beginning to really new and modern in the back. My only 2 real complaints about this place are that the lighting all the way in the back is a little bit harsh, and there's no toilet. So if you're coming here, don't think like, oh, we'll go when we get there. Go before you get here, and then you can chill and have a good time, and really, really phenomenal coffee. Oh, that's really good. I started with the V60 Colombian, which was very, very good. And then this is a select Ethiopian that he pulled out for me that we did by Chemex. They do kind of any kind of preparation that you want, obviously espresso. And Anna got what I think is her first good dirty chai that she's had in Paris. Is that true?
It's true.
Okay, she was saying that this is the test. We'll see if it's as good as, and it is. It's very good. They have a whole bunch of different really interesting ways of trying and drinking coffee. I had a pistachio cookie. The pastries change regularly and are local. And honestly, tasty times. This guy's been sleepy the whole time because we don't give him coffee because it's toxic for puppies. Café Nuances is also one of the most redeeming features of this neighborhood near Opera and Place Vendôme. There's not been any good coffee in this region for a really long time, and so they're kind of like, I would say, an oasis in a sea of beautiful, good coffee listeners. And in a highly caffeinated moment like this, it seems like a wonderful time to thank my patron producer of the video today, which is Brian Davies. Thanks, Brian, and all my patrons who sent me out and helped me to afford drinking all this coffee and wiring myself to the roof. This is one of my favorite newish roasters in town. They're not super new, but Partisan has been around for a little bit. Really classy location. I really enjoy them. I would put them as like, I think my third favorite roaster in town. Delicious. They also put benches outside so you can sit outside if it's sunny, and then you can sit inside a little bit too, if COVID rules allow. So let's go inside. You know, you always gotta let other people in first, right? Your coffees taste good. I end up buying their coffee fairly regularly. And if you don't have a grinder at home yourself, they will grind it for you. Most of these places will. Partisan also has an Italian roast, which is a little bit darker or stronger, however you want to put that. But if you do like your coffee a little bit on the darker side, the stronger side, as they say, then these probably are the guys for you. They roast it here, phenomenal space, really nice, clean, right in the center of town. If you're near the Pompidou, Les Halles, or Arts Métiers, somewhere in that range, it's a good spot right in the middle of all of that. And again, phenomenal gift to bring home to your friends, especially if they like the darker coffee. I just dove into this cookie. It is so good. I forgot to even film it. Oh my God, peanut butter cookie for the win. Coutume's been around for a really long time, and you'll actually find some of the locations scattered around the city. They're delicious. They're really good. I did get off on like a rough start with them, so I haven't really included them in a lot of stuff in the past, but everything's smoothed out now. I really do enjoy them. And this spot on Rue Babylon is one of the few ones we're talking about on the left bank. Actually, out of the coffee roasters, I think it's the only one on the left bank. Tasty. They've got a Nicaraguan on today, which is the first I've had in a long time. It's really nice. Speaking of places growing and changing over time, is that this spot used to not allow laptops or work at all during the week, which is one of the reasons I used to never come here. Because the first time I came here, I was told in not so nice terms, get out. And so I got out and I didn't come back. We've since patched things up. They're really, really nice here. The coffee is very good. And of course, you can now get a little bit of work done if you need to come and sit here, which is something I always look for, but even if you don't, it's a great spot to sit with a friend, have a cup of coffee, chat, and let the puppy sleep. So if you're in the 5th or the 6th, it's really worth coming and checking out. It's not far from Les Invalides or a number of other fun areas that you might want to wander through if you're just, you know, enjoying the whole left bank experience. I like it. The staff are really nice. Cooper likes it. Very light. Very welcoming, and like I said earlier, it's a place you can work, which is not, you can't find that everywhere. Beans on Fire is one that's been around for a long time, and they're interesting because they're a collective. So there are multiple roasters that come here to roast their beans, and you can get some of those on like their shelves here as well. Some of them are individuals, some of them are smaller businesses that are just getting started out, and there are a number of names that you might know that have come through here in the past. It's pretty cool. They've got some cookies and some regular pastries on hand. I don't know that they ever do anything hot particularly, but the coffee is really good. And one of the cool things is it's really leveled up over the last few years. Like the quality just keeps getting better. I really like their batch brew. You can definitely come in and get an espresso, of course, if you want. Hit these guys up. But they also have a location not anywhere near here. I was gonna say not that far from here. It's actually a long ways away from here in a neighborhood you might be visiting, more likely visiting than here. We're in the 11th right now near Voltaire or Saint-Ambroise. You're probably not gonna come here if you're a tourist. It's a little bit far away, unless you're going to Atelier de Lumière. It's just around the corner, in which case you will. But you will end up in Montmartre, where there are other locations. Their second location up in Montmartre is significantly cooler in my opinion. It was originally opened under the name Farfalou and has changed owners. Now Beans on Fire has it, but it's right underneath Montmartre, or it is in Montmartre to say, across from the Epicerie from Amélie, and one of the more famous views that you might have stumbled on yourself walking up the side route to get to Sacré-Cœur. They do have a downstairs if you're looking for a little bit of extra space, a little extra seating, and I think they're generally pretty work friendly. And if they ever do put the terrace back out here, which I hope they do, just be aware there will be a lot of vans and trucks going up and down pretty much all the time. But that's okay. It's still a fantastic location. I know I said that I wasn't going to put any other left bank places, but I had to. Hexagone is really good. There's another place called Ambition that's not far from here either. Both of them worth checking out. They're a little bit smaller, but this one's got some good seating. Hexagone provides coffee for a number of coffee shops around the city. The name Hexagone comes from one of the nicknames for France, metropolitan or mainland France, which is shaped roughly like a hexagon, and therefore it's a very French name. It's kind of fun. It's one of those things you probably wouldn't know if you didn't know. Now you know. I need coffee. Let's get coffee. Let's do that. Well, I think you're right on which one was the natural, because it's a lot fruitier, lighter, and you feel like there's more complexity to it, I guess. We could be totally wrong though. What do we know? Anyways, just to recap the difference, if you're curious, a washed versus a natural coffee just comes down to the processing. Where washed, they remove the fruit right away, and natural, they let the fruit stay on the cherry, or the pit, the bean, the coffee bean, for a little bit longer. Hexagone is probably the most out of the way of all the roasters that I've thrown in there, but I thought it'd be kind of fun if you wanted to go deep into the parts of Paris you might not normally go into. You feel like going off the beaten path. It's just kind of a fun little reward. Or if you're not far from Gare Montparnasse, maybe you're heading to the south of France on a train, you have a little bit of extra time, you can pop down here. I think it's about a 10 to 15 minute walk from the train station. So it makes for a nice little hop down. And then they might make you 2 different types of Ethiopian coffee, so you can test your own knowledge, your ability to tell the difference between a washed and a natural, and just enjoy the coffee either way. Cheers. Coffee. That's good. I like that. Thanks for watching Paris in My Pocket's first video, the top specialty coffee roasters. A number of my favorites. If you'd like to know more about coffee in Paris and you want to find a bunch of coffee shops, not just roasters, but you want to explore them while you're here, check out parisinmypocket.com for our 15 coffee shop recommendations for $5. They're all very, very good. But don't forget to grab a bag of specialty roasted coffee for the coffee lover in your life who wasn't able to come with you to Paris, or just for yourself on your way back home. Just remember to declare that on your way through customs. You don't mess with that. I've gotten in trouble with that before. Thanks to my patrons for making this possible. Thanks to you for watching, and we'll see you again here soon for brunch, wine bars. Who knows? Let us know in the comments what you're most interested about, and we'll see you for that.